Hey everyone, welcome back to Polar Warriors. Thank you for being here. My channel is dedicated to helping people that struggle with bipolar disorder to live a little bit more of an enriched and enlightened life, to be stronger warriors, and to make it through this experience together. So before we get started, what I'd like you to do is just suck in some oxygen with me. Take a really deep breath, just because it feels so good. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a really cool story. There was a principal of a school, and what he did was he divided these classes into two groups. There were kids that tested at the very highest academic standards and kids that were really struggling. The exact same amount of kids in each group. He made sure that the classrooms were equipped completely equally, made sure that the teachers were equally qualified, made sure that they had all the same supplies, the same opportunities, everything across the board as even as he could possibly do. And the teachers didn't know about this experiment, and neither did the students. This is just great. And so what he did, the only difference between these two groups was he called one Class A and the other one Class B. That's it. Just changed the name. And very, very interesting things started to happen. The kids that got divided into the Class A group, they would go home and tell their parents, hey, guess what? I'm in Class A. Isn't that awesome? And you know, what are the parents going to do? They're going to reward them. The kids that were struggling, the parents are going to say, wow, you're doing such a great job. Finally, congratulations. You know, here's some rewards. And the kids that are in Class B went home and said, yeah, there's two classes and I'm in Class B. And what's going to happen? The parents are going to say, well, why didn't you make it into Class A? You've always been a straight A student, or you're not doing good in school again. You're going to have to study more. I mean, it was just the perception of that stereotype of Class A and Class B. And the principal didn't even distinguish that there's a difference between the two. They were just two random letters. That's it. And after a while, even the students started to say to each other, you know, oh, those are just Class A students. Oh, those are just Class B students, and almost belittling each other because of being separated into these two groups. Now, the most fascinating part is at the very end of the school year, they did these academic tests, proficiency tests across the board. And the kids that were in Class A, even the ones that were struggling before they were put into Class A, they tested off the charts, almost at like top of the class level. And the kids that were in Class B just bombed it. I mean, horrible test results. And I'm sure there's probably even a subtle difference between even what the teachers thought they were dealing with. Teachers might have even assumed, oh, I've got Class A kids, I can really challenge them more, I can really push them, I can really work with them a little bit more. And the teachers that got Class B kids are probably like, oh man, you know, okay, I'll deal with the Class B kids, you know, lucky the other teachers get an easier class or whatever. You know, there's that stereotype there. But I want to point out how the exact same thing happens when we're labeled something. You know, it could be a psychologist telling us that we're bipolar. All of a sudden we went from being a Class A person where everything was fine and normal to thinking inside that we're Class B people. It's incredible. You know, it's just like with your spouses or your partners. If, let's say you say to your husband or wife, you know, you're terrible and you're horrible at this, well, they're going to keep being terrible and horrible at that because you've told them that that's the way that they are. So when it comes to bipolar disorder, you got to stop telling yourself that there's something wrong with you. You have to stop telling yourself that you're a Class B citizen or Class B bipolar person. Become a Class A bipolar person. Enjoy the fact that you're unique, that you can harness this energy sometimes that other people can't, or that you experience emotions in so much more of a deeper and profound level than a lot of other people do. So the next time somebody says, oh, you're just bipolar, don't let them say you're just Class B, because we're all equal. We were all divided into the same mix, and it's society or ourselves that put us into these different classes. It's really, really amazing how we do that. So hopefully that changes your perspective on things and just shows from an actual scientific experiment, if you want to call it that, the impact of just how simple labeling or even self-perspective can really change the way we thrive or succeed in life. So I hope you find that topic really valuable and really interesting, and I really appreciate you being here on my channel. There's going to be lots of videos to come, and it is a lot of work to spend time each day to dedicate myself to this and helping others. So if you can, hit that like button or subscribe to my channel. It definitely motivates me to keep making new videos since this is a new channel. And welcome to Polar Warriors.